weekly information program of circumpolar north of Russia, the news of the Northern Sea route, the whole of the Arctic television of the large Russian national television and radio company family, from Murmansk to Chukotka, from the Barents Sea to Bering Strait, compose more than 10 million viewers. Murmansk region says hello to Arctic news. Our region is located on the shore of the Barents Sea, and primarily it is a fishing area, though agriculture is sufficiently developed. One can tell much, but we want to know more about our neighbors and wait for the Arctic news. Greeting to the Arctic news. This is the Nenets Autonomous District capital Naryan-Mar. 42,000 of people live here, including 7,000 of Nenets and Komi people. The region is rich in oil and gas. We say hello to the northwest of Yamal and want to know as much as possible about our countrymen life and the Northern Sea route. Hello to the Arctic. This is Chukotka. Our territory is 737,000 square kilometers. The population is 50,000 people. Our region is rich in gold and silver. Whales are captured and reindeer are grazed here. The northwest of Chukotka say hello to the northwest of Yamal. We will wait for the Arctic news. The node is Yamal. Just from here, the fleet of tankers with fuel will start from Port Sabeta across the shortest route between Europe and Asia. Arctic news is the harsh Russian north of 13 regions of the big country. We're united with history, archaeology, science and ethnos. We have one northern temper for all of us and lots of common interests. Everything goes off scale here: gas, difficult oil and life off-world. Only here a crane can live without compass. It descended from a human being, lives for 100 years, but doesn't know how to come back home. It has only one genetics: trust. It is like the smell of motherland, wingbeat. The north has its boundaries, and the grade of passions is special here. We graze reindeer and live in chum. We produce diamonds, ore materials, oil and gas at a global market level, study seas and learn how to operate icebergs. We explore hydrocarbon shelf plates and catch the best fish on Earth. We dig out mammoths and carve out pieces of art. We live on the pole of everlasting frost and bear children. The Arctic is our home. Greeting to the Arctic news. This is Norilsk. The territory of Krasnoyarsky Krai is more than 2 million square kilometers. The population is approximately 3 million people. More than 16 million of indigenous peoples of the north representatives live here. We want to know as much as possible about life of our countrymen along the Northern Sea route. Hello to the Arctic news from Yakutia. The territory of our region is 3.5 million square kilometers. About 1 million people live here, including 120 nationalities. We produce diamonds, gold, coal, natural gas and oil on a large scale. We want to know as much as possible about life of our countrymen along the Northern Sea route. We will wait for the Arctic news. Greeting to Arctic news from residents of Yugra. Our region is known as natural store. More than a half of the whole country oil is produced on district deposits. Yugra people are curious to know as much as possible about other north neighbors. We wait for the Arctic news. Arctic islands. Already discovered deposits of gold in Chukotka and new ones in Severnaya Zemlya. Polar Yakutia with the world's #1 apatite deposits on the top of the ground. Shelf plates of the Kara and Barents Seas with huge hydrocarbons deposits of 20 meters depth underneath. Yamal with huge Babanenkovo gas deposits and built railroad. Arctic news will tell how Belly Island, the sacred place of the Nenets people, is cleaned, they bury shamans, and what happened to those who are not initiated to this parallel. How Franz Joseph Land is cleaned from thousands of Soviet barrels, and how bears for centuries come here to get young ones. The huge Vopsitheros, vivid and always snowy Arctic habitually exists in its own way. It's very easy to wound it, but no one was able to enslave it. There were some heroes and islands, archipelagos, lands, straits, and seas were named after them. The Arctic doesn't expect any discoveries, but there are a growing number of discoveries. The Arctic is waiting for news. Arctic news is the territory of the far north, the territory of temper, the territory of national charisma, the territory of its own country. Arctic news, we are coming.